Theoretical recap. Google Drive is a cloud-based file storage and collaboration platform that allows you to create, organize, share, and access files from any device. In a professional digital marketing context, a well-structured drive is not a luxury. It is a foundational operational tool. Think of it as your digital office. If your desk is chaotic, your work will be chaotic too. The key mental model to adopt is the hierarchical folder structure. One main project folder at the root level, then subfolders organized by theme or function, strategy, content, analytics, tools, client assets, etc., and files clearly named with a consistent convention. For example, YEMMDD_filename_version. This structure mirrors how real marketing teams work in agencies and companies. Common mistakes beginners make: saving everything at the root level without folders, using vague file names like document1 or final_final2, mixing personal and professional files, and never using Google Docs or Sheets natively, uploading Word/Excel files instead. These habits create confusion, slow you down, and make collaboration impossible. Mini example: a freelance digital marketer working on a client campaign would typically have a folder called client_x_campaign_2024, with subfolders: brief, strategy, content, analytics, deliverables. Each file is named clearly and dated. This makes handoffs, reviews, and reporting seamless. Workshop brief. In the previous activity, you discovered Google Workspace, Drive, Docs, and Sheets, and you created a dedicated Gmail address for this project. You now have the basic tools in place. This workshop takes the next logical step: building a clean, professional, and scalable folder architecture in your Google Drive that will serve as the operational backbone of your entire digital marketing expert project. This is not just a file management exercise. The way you organize your drive reflects your ability to think structurally, anticipate your future needs, and work like a professional marketer. Recruiters and clients notice this. Throughout this course, you will be producing a large volume of documents, strategies, reports, content plans, tool configurations, campaign analyses, and you need a system that can absorb all of that without becoming a mess. Your mission is to design and build a complete drive folder structure adapted to the work you will be doing throughout the Digital Marketing Expert course. You should think about the major themes covered in digital marketing: channels, funnels, tools, content, analytics, automation, and client/project management, and create a folder architecture that reflects those dimensions. Each folder must have a clear purpose, and the naming conventions you choose must be consistent and self-explanatory. Start by taking a few minutes to plan your structure on paper or in a simple text document before you build anything in Drive. Ask yourself, what types of documents will I be producing? How will I want to retrieve them in 3 months? What categories make sense given what I already know about digital marketing? Once you have a draft architecture, build it inside your dedicated Google Drive using the Gmail account you created in the previous workshop. Create at least one sample document, a Google Doc or Google Sheet, inside each main folder to validate that the structure works and feels logical. Once your structure is built, write a short explanation document, a Google Doc, saved inside your Drive itself, titled Drive Organization, Rationale. In this document, explain in a few paragraphs why you chose this specific structure, what logic guided your decisions, and how you plan to maintain it over time. This reflection is an important part of the work. It demonstrates that you can not only execute tasks but also justify your choices, a core competency for any digital marketing professional. You have up to 2 hours to complete this workshop. This includes planning time, building the structure, creating sample files, and writing your rationale document. Submit your work before the deadline by sharing the link to your Google Drive folder, set to anyone with a link can view, along with your rationale document. Make sure the sharing settings are correctly configured before submitting. You are fully allowed, and encouraged, to consult the previous lessons in this course, revisit the Google Workspace discovery activity, and use any internet resources you find useful: Google support pages, tutorials, examples of drive structures used by marketing teams, etc. You may work alone or ask for help from peers or mentors. The only requirement is that the final structure and rationale are genuinely yours and reflect your own thinking. A few practical tips to avoid common pitfalls. Do not start building in Drive before you have a written plan. Improvising folder structures leads to redundancy and confusion. Keep folder names short but meaningful. Avoid spaces in folder names if possible. Use underscores or hyphens. Do not create more than 2 or 3 levels of nesting at this stage. Over-engineering your structure now will slow you down later. And remember, a good system is one you will actually use consistently, not the most sophisticated one you can imagine.